Hi guys, thank you for joining me. Now earlier this week I read a comment on some metal page where someone had said that death metal has been dead since the 80s. My reaction was lies, fake news, false. Death metal is certainly alive in all corners of the globe and Australia is no exception. And today I'm talking to you about two absolutely fantastic death metal bands from Australia, Inhuman Remnants and Puncture. And let me tell you, these two bands are not here to pick strawberries. Inhuman Remnants were formed in Canberra in 2011 and the band's savagery is brought to you by Dave on vocals, AG on drums, JJ on guitars and Mosh on bass. And these guys have released an absolutely epic 4-track EP in Attentional Blindness. Now, you guys have absolutely loved what I've been posting of Inhuman Remnants this week, which makes me so happy. And here's why I love this album so much. We have 4 tracks with themes of insanity, opposition to institution of the church, bloodthirsty themes, really quite aggressive tones throughout this album. Of course, this is death metal. The first track I want to talk to you about today is Inattentional Blindness. Now, it's the title track of the EP, and it certainly is a very flooring and bone-crushing track. The start of this track just had me at wow. I mean, we had this very relentless, unrelenting guitar riff with an overtone of a high-pitched, absolutely stunning guitar pattern, a crescendo of thick bass and heavy drums, and of course Dave's powerhouse vocals, Mr. Brutality himself, coming in and using his vocals along with the instruments. It was just jaw-dropping. The high-pitched screams that he does will floor you, and it certainly did when I heard this track. This track is around the questioning of institution of church, exposing its corrupt nature, and I love that about this song. The second track I want to talk to you about is Rotten Fruit from a Dying Family Tree, and this is quite a personal track, I think, just judging from the lyrics, and it's full of disdain, aggression, a little bit of heartache in there too. I love the fast-paced, in-your-face tempo and blast beats that start off this track. Then we have some really heavy breakdowns, slowing down the tempo into a really neck-breaking, head-banging experience. The lows that Dave manages to get are inhuman-like. Yes, I'm going to say it. They're beastly, they're intense, they're some of the best vocals I have ever heard, and I take my hat off to Dave because he really does pack a punch, both on his EP and of course live. Each instrument is just executed with such precision. These guys truly are amazing. Now, the other 2 tracks on this album are The Suicidal and The Murderous, and of course, Unsane. And you can expect big vocals, big bass, big guitars, big drums throughout these tracks as well. Thoroughly love this EP. Now, the boys have released a single in 2018, Syllabus. Now, this track is, again, an absolute masterpiece. There's a little bit of introductory to some orchestrals throughout this track, which is really exciting because it's very different from their latest EP. So let me know what you guys think when I post that up. But I really enjoy that they've experimented with those orchestrals. Now, these guys will evoke so many feelings, so much aggression, so much mood. They pack a really crunching experience. They are actually playing live in Canberra tonight too, so if you get the chance to get along, they are playing at the Transit Bar. So I'm very jealous if you guys get to go and I don't, because I have seen these guys twice and they've floored me every time. So yeah, get along and see them. And to Inhuman Remnants, good luck with your gig tonight, and I look forward to hearing what comes next from you, because I do know that you guys are working on some new material, so it's really exciting news. Next, we move to the Gold Coast, and I want to talk to you about Puncture, an absolutely brutal death metal band that were formed in 2016, so relatively new. And let me introduce you to the band. We have Gene on vocals, the amazing Gene on vocals, Alex on drums, Trigger Finger Trav on guitars, Bo on bass, and the very clever Pedro on guitars. And this album that I'm talking to you about today, their 4-track EP, is Brutal Butchery of Bargain Basement Bodies. What a name. Yeah, and from that name you can probably guess that this is fairly old school style death metal. These guys are keeping it traditional, Within their vile, aggressive and horrific lyrics, we have themes, of course, of horror movies, gore, death and cannibalism. Now these tracks are packed with corruption, indiscriminate slaughter, barbed wire suicide and accladama. And I want to talk to you first of all about corruption. This is the first track off the EP and it's so well strategically placed to kick off the brutality. It truly is a punch to the throat and a kick to the guts. We have some exceptional vocals by Gene. He has some very unrelenting gutturals going on throughout this whole EP. It's a very exhausting and heavy listen. Again, we have some fantastic darkened riffs. The riffs throughout all their songs get very, very dark, very, very ominous, and they tend to knot your tummy a little bit. If you can make out some of the lyrics, you may get a little bit offended, but that is death metal and these guys have kept it real. I like that they've done that. I love these lyrics. Yes, they're vile. Yes, they're a little bit, you know, maybe not what everyone wants to hear. But if you can appreciate it for what it is, and that is an art form, then you'll thoroughly enjoy this. The second track I want to talk to you guys about is Accladama. Now this track was an absolutely big track. What got me about this track was the very, very dark, relentless riff that kicks off straight away. Of course, the way Gene executes his vocals as well. We have some really fast, punk-esque beats going on throughout this track, which I really, really enjoyed as well. Everything about this EP is sensational. The other two tracks that we have on the album are Indiscriminate Slaughter and Barbed Wire Suicide. And again, those tracks are full of brutality, savagery, insane amounts of heaviness, so go and have a listen for yourself. Now, both Inhuman, Remnants and Puncture Wound albums are available on Bandcamp. They're also available on digital platforms like Spotify. They have some crazy merch, really, really great designs, so go on and check them out. Follow them on Facebook as well. Good news, these two bands are going to be playing Shredfest on August 23rd in Brisbane. So if you are in that area or you can make it across to Brizzy, there's going to be some fantastic bands playing there, including these two. So, you know, go ahead and enjoy it. I certainly will be. To both the bands, thank you for the music. I'm sorry this is a little bit rough. I'm so excited about delivering this today, and this is probably my 10th attempt. So sorry about the mistakes throughout. To you guys watching, I have a EP from Inhuman Remnants and an EP from Puncture to give away. So the first two people to comment about what they love best about both these bands, I will have a copy of that EP coming your way no matter where you are in the world. So thank you guys so much for watching today, and I can't wait to hear your feedback. Have a good weekend, guys.